So why is there a shortage of food in the grocery stores? As you of course already know, there is a huge issue with the food supply chain and the distribution of those food products, getting it from where it's made, distributed, or warehoused, or manufactured to your local grocery store has become an even more difficult proposition. But have I got an amazing idea for you. If you are just starting a food business or getting a small food business up and running locally, I want to share something with you that may just change your business and bring you a gold mine opportunity right now. All right, so welcome back to Marketing Food Online. It is Damien, and of course in this video I'm actually really excited because there's an idea that I had shared with some of my clients. I did a few consults recently and it took them by surprise, and I was excited, very happy to share it with them, and I wish them all the success and best of luck. But there is a huge problem right now trying to fill and maintain grocery stores with food, even pet food, believe it or not. Everything that's edible and can be consumed by human beings seems to be harder and harder to transport from A to B. Now, I have an idea and I want to share it with you, and it's an idea on how you can actually tap into this. This is a huge opportunity for localized food production. Because number one, most of the food, whether you realize it or not, that you actually eat or consume that you buy at grocery stores or local cafes or pretty much anywhere, all of that food has to be transported, and it's not done locally. The majority of it has to come in from out of state, on the other side of the country, or potentially on the other side of the planet. All of that adds up to an elongated amount of time to get it from one place to another and allow you to eat it. Now, Damien, you've warmed us up. What is this goldmine idea? A lot of grocery stores actually get their produce and fresh products from localized farmers. When I say localized, not necessarily within the city or county, but a lot of times within the state or within states that surround that specific state. Whether you realize it or not, most of the produce and fresh items come that way. Frozen items and items such as canned goods and bulk things and everyday stuff comes from warehouses that have been sitting in places from California to Florida, from New York to Nevada, and everywhere in between. Now, why am I telling you this? Because if you are looking to create a small food business over the next 2 to 3 or even 4 years, because I can guarantee you this food supply chain issue is not going away anytime soon. I have been in the food business for over 30 years. I worked in a grocery store for 20 plus years. I know how the food comes in. I used to offload the trucks and was a stockman, and I used to put the product on the shelf. I saw it come in and come out in the states and places it came from. All of that has been completely uprooted. But many grocery stores are now not only getting fresh products like produce and vegetables from localized food producers, but they're getting localized products. Products like granola bars, frozen food dinners, believe it or not, even butchers that create bacon and different meat products, ground fresh beef. Those items are now being sourced on a closer and closer scale to the stores, because those suppliers who can do that can get it to the stores in a very much of a faster, quicker time frame than having to wait for all of the delays in getting food products to the stores. So grocery stores from Kroger to Publix and everyone else in between, even Walmart and Costco, they are now sourcing or looking to source products localized within at least a state or states that surround specific states. So if you live in Georgia, let's say, a lot of states from North Carolina, South Carolina, even northern Florida are producing products that could be sourced and brought into grocery stores on a much quicker and faster transit time. But if you are one of the guys who have a farm or at least a couple of acres that you're trying to think of what to do with it, I would tell you right now you're sitting on a gold mine. If you can cultivate that and develop a produce or develop vegetables and grow vegetables and produce on that plot of land, you have stores that are willing to buy that product from you. A lot of hydroponic vegetables and fruit growers that have hydroponic farms are seeing sales skyrocket because local markets, even restaurants, believe it or not, in chain stores, Chipotle is one of them. They source a lot of their fresh vegetables and fruits and whatever they may be using, specifically in closer range with where they are in the stores. So something to think about. If you are in the process or the stage of just developing your product, stick with it. If you have to, while you're developing your product, and go out and meet some of these owners of independent grocery chains. Go to some of the stores and meet the managers. Find out who the buyers are. Create that rapport and that relationship with them, and give you an opportunity in the meantime to close the gap and finish your product and get it retail ready. Now, I'm gonna give you some tips and pointers on what exactly retail ready is, because if you're new to the food industry and you have just an idea, recipe, or a concept, you're probably not familiar with what would be needed in order to get into a store. Retail ready packaging, number one, has a barcode. I'm gonna go through a really quick list. I'm not gonna take a lot of time doing this. So number one is a barcode. Number two, a nutritional analysis. Don't know how to make a nutritional analysis? Check out the description down below this video. There's some links to show you. I just posted a new video about that on how to create a nutritional analysis for your product. Ingredient listing. You have to have your net weight of your product. And of course, a retail ready packaging with a design and a brand and a look to your product. But once you get that done, you need to go out and start shaking some hands, making some phone calls, emails, find out who the local grocery stores are within about 15 or 20 or even 30-mile radius of where you are. Follow up with them. Let them have samples of the product. Give them a sell sheet. Sell sheet also, if you don't know what that is, down below we've got you covered. There's a video I did on sell sheets, how exactly that works. And then also you want to make sure that you understand your vendors, your suppliers. Make sure you have multiple suppliers for your vendors. If you've got a product that brings together 10 ingredients, do not rely on one single vendor for all of those ingredients. You need to have multiple ones. We actually have, I think, 35, if I'm not mistaken, over 30 different vendors that we deal with alone. So you want to make sure you have all of your ingredients, supplies, retail ready packaging, and a sell sheet. And that's going to get you at least started in the right direction. And of course, keep in mind, you can't do this from home. You need to have a commercially licensed facility or a commercial kitchen where you're renting it from and then producing your product and delivering it to your retail stores. You can't be making products from your home and selling it to retail stores. There's only a couple states that have cottage food laws set up that allow you to do this. But all in all, the idea is this, very simple one, and think about it. You have an opportunity to create a localized product, tapping into a need, a dire need for a food product within grocery stores that can't even get food on their shelves. This is a great opportunity for you to tap into and do that. So really quick, I wanted to drop this video. Not a lot of fancy graphics. I wasn't going to do a lot of numbers and things. I wanted to just get this idea in your head and let you kind of roll with it. If you have questions about how this works or anything else, or if you like the video, of course, give me a big thumbs up. I always appreciate the compliments, and I will see you guys on our next video.